I'm going to talk about this sleeping giant that is Neo. I was going to wait to do this video, but I feel like this giant is just waking up, and I want as many people as I can to get on this before the wave takes off. It has been really sleeping since it crashed after the ICO ban in China in, what was it, late August, early September. So since then, I think it crashed to about $19. Since then, it's been slowly rising, but it's pretty much been staying around the $35 mark for a while now, and we've just begun to woken up. So if you can see this spike here, it's really starting to take off, and there's a few reasons for that. The first one being, and it may not be true, but I feel that there is a big impact in the price in this, and that's this little cute guy, CryptoKitties. If you haven't been aware of CryptoKitties, then you might be under a rock because it is absolutely massive right now and it's crashing the Ethereum network. It's basically an Ethereum game where you can buy, sell, trade, breed crypto cats. I don't get it, but I can see that there's a market for it, a really big market for it, and that's really slowing down the Ethereum network. I tried to do a transfer when it was in the first week of these CryptoKitties, and an Ethereum transfer took me 18 hours. So it's really struggling. And of course, 80% of ICOs now, they're all going through the Ethereum network to do their smart contracts. And right now, it's really becoming a problem for them because when you're in ICO, the most important phase is getting off the ground early. And when you can't even get transactions through the door and you already have people frustrated, you're failing before you even take off. And that's where I feel that going forward, a lot of people are going to actually look at Neo to facilitate their smart contracts. Now, if we have a look at CryptoKitties, they've been around only about 2 weeks now. So if we go back to, say, the start of December, the 6th or the 7th, we're looking at a $36 price line. And look at this. Look at this spike. Straight up. And I do believe that CryptoKitties had a big play in this, but not only that, there are rumors that China are looking to lift the ban on ICOs for going through the Neo platform. This may be true, this may be not true, but I think this speculation is causing this price to rise. If this does come true, the giant that is Neo will wake up. There is no doubt about it. It will shoot to the moon. And I see this as very similar to the way Litecoin had sort of just been hovering at that $60, $70 mark for quite some time and then just went straight up past $400 mark. I think we're in the same sort of realm at the moment, which is why I want to get the video out now, because $74 right now, it's not going to be at that price for long. And I can see it going to triple figures, to $300 or $400 in 2018. The benefit for Litecoin had is they were already on Coinbase. So when Wall Street hit, you had all the influx of new people going into Coinbase, seeing that Bitcoin was at 18,000. A lot of people, especially new people, it's very daunting. They don't really want to get in at the 18,000. Us that are in it for the long term, have been in crypto for a while, we know that 18,000, if you're just getting in, is fine because it's going to go higher. So what they're doing, a lot of the newbies are doing there, is they're picking up Litecoin because they're saying, "Oh, look how cheap that is! I can get a whole coin. I don't have to get a partial coin." The reason why I bring this up is that helped Litecoin plummet. I shouldn't say plummet, take off. With Neo, there is also talks about Neo being added to Coinbase in early 2018. Now, this is going to give a whole brand new audience for and investors to jump onto Neo. And this is another thing that I could really see this thing really shoot. There are obviously a lot of factors in here. China's going to be the big one. I still think it'll grow without China. I think if we have a look at this graph, you can see since it did drop down, even with the China ban, oh, there you go, it went down to $13.59. It has still been a rise, a steady, slow rise, but it's still been a slow rise, and obviously we've had just the huge shoot. Now, this is where you really need to pick what you're wanting to do, because the number one rule in investing is don't buy in highs, especially all-time highs. And we're pretty much on the all-time high. I think it hit $79 at one point, and it's dropped down to 74. I'm buying. I've been buying for the last few months because I expected this to happen. I didn't expect it to happen this soon, but I was expecting this to happen similar with Litecoin. I slowly have been buying NEO as much as I can, whenever I can. $50 here, $60 there, $200 there. Whenever I get spare money, I'm throwing it on NEO, because I want a nice number of coins for when this really starts to lift. So it's hard to know whether this trend is going to continue. I think it might slow down for the meantime. But then I think early 2018, I think this is going to wake up, and I think it's going to be a huge year for NEO. So if you have a look at sort of this news article posted late November about China being the go-to platform for the ICOs, I'll put the link down in the description. It's quite an interesting article. It's actually well written. Have a read, and it's sort of based on what my opinion on is as well. Is we don't know for sure whether China are going to come to the party. There's been no official press release. There's nothing really official besides rumors. But they say where there's smoke, there's fire. That's all today. I hope you can get some NEO. As always, do your due diligence, do your research, have a look into NEO, have a look at the Ethereum blockchain and see how much stress it's under and the real benefits that actually can flow out of Ethereum and flow into NEO, which is a Chinese Ethereum. At $74, I think this is a great buy-in price. Invest at your own risk. Only invest what you can afford to lose. Until next time, ciao.